When darkness falls and the world grows quiet, millions of men over 60 face a reality they rarely discuss openly. Energy drains away like water through a sieve, sleep becomes restless and broken, and the strength that once defined them feels like a distant memory. Tonight, I am going to reveal how one simple vegetable consumed at the right time can transform these empty, frustrating nights into hours of restoration, vitality, and renewed masculine power. My name is Dr. Eva Hart, a certified urologist with 14 years of dedicated experience helping men over 60 reclaim their health, strength, and confidence. I have witnessed thousands of transformations, and I can tell you with absolute certainty that decline is not inevitable. Science shows us that nature holds powerful tools, and when used correctly, they can restore what you thought was lost forever. This is about more than just physical performance. This is about reclaiming your identity as a man, your confidence in intimate moments, and your ability to wake up feeling truly rested. For too long, men have been told that weakness, poor sleep, and declining vigor are simply part of aging. That is not true. The vegetable I will share with you tonight works by targeting the root cause of these problems at the cellular level. It enhances blood flow naturally, calms your nervous system for deeper sleep, and provides your body with compounds that become more critical after 60. This is not about expensive treatments or complicated protocols. This is about working with your body using what nature provides. Stay with me until the end because what I will share in the final minutes could be the missing piece that changes everything about how you feel tomorrow morning and every morning after that. And if this topic resonates with you, share in the comments what exactly speaks to you. And if it does not, let me know how I can improve the content and what topic would be more interesting for you. But first, we need to understand why your body feels different after the sun goes down. What happens in those quiet evening hours reveals exactly why this vegetable becomes so powerful, and why most men never discover its potential. Why evenings feel different after 60. Something shifts in a man's body when night approaches after 60. The day may have felt manageable, steady even, but as evening settles in, it feels as though time suddenly catches up with you. The energy that carried you through daylight hours begins to slip away, replaced by a heaviness that settles into your muscles and bones. I have listened to countless men describe this phenomenon. They tell me about sitting down after dinner only to feel drained, older than they imagined themselves to be, and somehow disconnected from the vitality they once knew. It is during these quiet hours that doubts creep in about strength, masculinity, and intimate connection. This change has both biological and emotional roots. Testosterone, the hormone that drives confidence, sexual response, and energy, naturally dips in the evening. By age 60, these dips become sharper and last longer. Your circulation slows as blood vessels lose their flexibility, and oxygen delivery to muscles and organs becomes less efficient. This is why your legs feel heavier, your heart seems to work harder, and sexual response becomes less reliable. But there is another layer that makes evenings particularly challenging. Nights are quieter, with fewer distractions, and in that silence, men notice changes more acutely. The softer erections, the tossing and turning in bed, the lack of truly restorative sleep. These are not just inconveniences. They affect confidence, mood, and your fundamental sense of being alive and vibrant. What most men do not realize is that these nighttime struggles are not simply inevitable signs of aging. They are messages from your body, signals that something essential is missing, something that can be restored. That missing element is not found in another prescription bottle, but in a natural source that works with your body's evening rhythm. The solution lies in understanding what your body desperately needs during those critical nighttime hours when restoration and healing should be taking place. The hidden power of evening nutrition. Your body after 60 operates on a different schedule than it did when you were younger. What you eat and when you eat it becomes far more critical because your system processes nutrients differently. During evening hours, your body should be preparing for deep restoration, cellular repair, and hormonal rebalancing. But without the right nutritional support, these processes become incomplete or fail entirely. Most men focus on morning nutrition or afternoon energy, but they overlook the most important meal timing of all. Evening nutrition sets the stage for everything that happens while you sleep. determines whether you will experience deep, restorative rest or spend hours tossing and turning. It influences whether blood flow improves overnight or continues to decline. It affects whether you wake up feeling refreshed or exhausted. Tragedy is that many men eat foods in the evening that actually work against their body's natural restoration processes. Heavy meals that require enormous digestive energy, processed foods that create inflammation, or alcohol that disrupts sleep patterns and blood flow. Meanwhile, the foods that could transform their nights remain unknown or ignored. There is one vegetable that contains exactly what your aging body needs most during evening hours. Provides compounds that convert directly into molecules your circulation system craves, minerals that calm your nervous system, and nutrients that support the deep sleep your body requires for healing and hormone production. This vegetable has been sitting in grocery stores, available to everyone, yet most men walk past it without understanding its extraordinary potential. When consumed correctly at night, it can begin transforming how you feel within days. But here is what makes this even more important. Your body's ability to extract and use nutrients declines significantly after 60, which means the window for effective intervention is narrower than most people realize. Why nutrient absorption becomes critical after 60. One of the most frustrating aspects of aging is discovering that even when you eat healthy foods, your body does not respond the way it once did. Men tell me constantly that they eat vegetables, take supplements, and follow good nutrition advice, yet they still feel tired, weak, and depleted at night. They are not wrong to feel confused. Through 60, your digestive system undergoes significant changes that affect how nutrients are processed and absorbed. Stomach acid production decreases, digestive enzymes become less active, and the intestinal lining absorbs nutrients less efficiently. This means that much of what you consume simply passes through your system without being used. This absorption decline is particularly devastating because the nutrients that support masculine vitality, strong circulation, and deep sleep become even more important as you age. Compounds that relax blood vessels and support erections require efficient absorption to work effectively. Minerals that calm the nervous system for sleep must be available in forms your aging digestive system can handle. I often explain this to patients using a simple analogy. Imagine your digestive system as a factory. When you were younger, the factory operated at full capacity, extracting maximum value from everything that entered. Now that same factory is running at perhaps 60% efficiency. Unless you provide nutrients in forms that are easier to process or in larger amounts to compensate for poor absorption, you will not get the results you need. This is why so many men feel betrayed by their bodies. They are doing what they believe is right, but their system is no longer equipped to benefit from those efforts. The body after 60 demands more precision, better timing, and foods that deliver nutrients in highly absorbable forms. Beetroot is one of those rare foods. Its active compounds bypass many of the absorption challenges that come with age, delivering benefits directly to your circulation system and nervous system when your body needs them most. But even knowing this, most men make critical mistakes that prevent them from experiencing these benefits. The 3 critical mistakes that block results. Even when men discover the power of beetroot for evening vitality, many fail to see results because of 3 common preparation and timing errors. These mistakes do not just reduce effectiveness, they can eliminate benefits entirely, leaving men frustrated and convinced that natural approaches do not work. First mistake is overcooking. When beets are boiled until soft or cooked at high temperatures for extended periods, the nitrates that convert to nitric oxide in your body are destroyed. What remains is a vegetable that fills your stomach but provides none of the circulation-enhancing compounds your body needs. Key is gentle preparation that preserves these delicate but powerful molecules. The second mistake involves alcohol pairing. Many men enjoy wine or spirits with their evening meal, but alcohol directly interferes with nitric oxide production and circulation. It essentially cancels out the benefits you are trying to achieve. This is particularly problematic for men over 60 because alcohol also disrupts sleep quality and hormone production during the night. The third mistake is portion miscalculation. Some men eat tiny amounts thinking they are being cautious, while others consume large quantities believing more is always better. Both approaches fail. Too little provides insufficient active compounds, while too much can cause digestive discomfort and discourage consistency. I remember working with a man in his late 60s who had tried beetroot for weeks without results. When we reviewed his routine, I discovered he was making all three mistakes. He boiled his beets until they were mushy, paired them with red wine, and ate massive portions that left him feeling uncomfortable. Once we corrected these errors, he began experiencing the circulation improvements and sleep quality he had been seeking. Success with beetroot requires precision, but that precision is not complicated. It simply requires understanding how to prepare and consume it in a way that respects both the vegetable and your body's needs. The right way to use beetroot at night. The difference between success and disappointment often comes down to method. Beetroot contains powerful compounds, but they must be preserved, properly absorbed, and timed correctly to transform your evening experience and overnight recovery. For preparation, light roasting or gentle steaming preserves the nitrates while making the vegetable easier to digest than raw consumption. Roasting at moderate temperature for 45 minutes maintains the active compounds while developing natural sweetness that makes regular consumption more enjoyable. Fresh beetroot juice, extracted from the whole root rather than purchased in bottles, provides these compounds in their most concentrated and rapidly absorbed form. Timing is equally critical. Consuming beetroot with your evening meal, ideally 2 to 3 hours before sleep, allows the nitrates to convert to nitric oxide just as your body begins its nighttime restoration processes. This timing supports improved circulation during the hours when your body should be healing and repairing. The optimal serving size for most men is approximately half a cup of cooked beetroot or 4 to 6 ounces of fresh juice. This amount provides sufficient active compounds without overwhelming your digestive system or causing discomfort that could interfere with sleep. One patient, a retired contractor in his early 70s, told me that establishing this evening routine became the cornerstone of his renewed vitality. Within 3 weeks of consistent use, he reported firmer erections, easier sleep initiation, and mornings that felt energetic rather than sluggish. His wife noticed the change in his confidence and overall presence. Key is treating this like any other essential health habit. You do not brush your teeth once and expect clean teeth forever. You create a routine and maintain it because you understand that small, consistent actions lead to significant health improvements over time. But the timeline for results is faster than most men expect, and understanding what to anticipate can help maintain motivation during the initial weeks. What to expect, the restoration timeline. Men often ask how quickly they can expect to feel different after beginning a consistent beetroot routine. The answer is encouraging because your body begins responding almost immediately to improved nitric oxide production and the calming minerals this vegetable provides. During the first week, most men notice improved sleep quality. Instead of waking multiple times during the night, they experience longer periods of uninterrupted rest. Morning energy begins to feel less depleted, setting the stage for all other improvements. By the second and third weeks, circulation improvements become more apparent. Blood flow to extremities increases, erections feel more reliable, and stamina during daily activities begins to improve. This is when many men realize they are turning a significant corner, not just physically but emotionally. Confidence starts returning along with physical capability. The fourth week and beyond typically brings more dramatic changes. Intimacy feels more natural and less stressful, energy levels stabilize at higher levels throughout the day, and sleep becomes truly restorative rather than just time spent in bed. Many men report feeling as though someone has returned a part of their younger selves. I worked with one patient who kept a daily journal during his first month of consistent beetroot use. His entries showed a clear progression from initial skepticism to noticing small improvements to genuine excitement about how different he felt. By week 4, he wrote that he had not realized how much energy and confidence he had been missing until he began getting them back. Every man's timeline may vary slightly based on overall health, consistency of use, and individual body chemistry. But the pattern is remarkably consistent. Early improvements in sleep, followed by circulation and energy gains, culminating in renewed confidence and vitality. Understanding this timeline helps maintain motivation during the initial period when changes may be subtle. It also provides realistic expectations about the transformation process. Amplifying the benefits, strategic food combinations. While beetroot alone provides significant benefits, combining it with complementary foods can enhance and extend its effects. Think of beetroot as the foundation, with other foods serving as supporting elements that amplify its circulation and sleep-promoting properties. Vitamin C-rich foods like oranges, grapefruits, or strawberries help protect nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly in your system. This means the improved blood flow you gain from beetroot lasts longer and feels stronger throughout the evening and night. Leafy greens such as spinach, arugula, or kale contain their own natural nitrates that work synergistically with those in beetroot. When consumed together, the circulation-enhancing effects multiply rather than simply add together. Magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds, almonds, or dark chocolate provide additional nervous system support, helping muscles relax more completely and preparing your body for deeper sleep phases. I often recommend what I call the restoration plate for evening meals, a moderate serving of beetroot paired with a leafy green salad, a small portion of nuts or seeds, and fresh fruit for dessert. This combination provides comprehensive support for circulation, relaxation, and sleep quality. One patient in his mid-70s discovered that adding a handful of spinach to his dinner and finishing with a small orange transformed his results dramatically. He described feeling as though his entire cardiovascular system had opened up, with energy that felt lighter during the day and sleep that reached depths he had not experienced in years. The beauty of working with whole foods is that they are designed to work together. When you combine the right elements thoughtfully, your body responds with enhanced vitality and restored function. But beyond the physical benefits, there is something deeper at stake that makes this journey meaningful for every man who undertakes it. Beyond physical, reclaiming your identity. At its core, this is not just about a vegetable, blood flow, or even sleep quality. This is about what those improvements mean in the life of a man who has lived more than 6 decades. Through speaking with thousands of men over the years, I have learned that what troubles them most is not just physical decline, but the erosion of identity that comes with it. When nights become difficult, when intimacy feels uncertain, when mornings begin with fatigue instead of energy, these experiences shape how a man sees himself. They create doubt about relevance, attractiveness, and capability. Many men begin to withdraw, not because they want to, but because they feel they have less to offer. I remember one patient, a former executive in his late 60s, who told me he felt like he was disappearing. His family loved him, his days were pleasant enough, but he carried a quiet conviction that his most vital years were behind him. When his sleep deteriorated and his sexual confidence wavered, he pulled back from connections and activities that once brought him joy. What moved me most was his admission that he no longer felt like himself. Those words carry profound weight because they represent something millions of men experience but rarely express. This is why the right nutrition, the right habits, and the right approach to restoration matter so deeply. When you take steps to improve your physical health, you are not just addressing symptoms. You are making a statement about your worth, your future, and your right to feel fully alive at any age. Power of something like beetroot lies not just in its nitrates and minerals, but in the control it gives you. You are not depending on prescriptions, complex medical procedures, or expensive treatments. You are choosing to work with nature, to be consistent, and to invest in your own restoration. When those investments begin paying dividends, when sleep deepens, when energy returns, when confidence grows, you realize this was never about turning back time. It was about living fully in the time you have, with the wisdom age has given you and the vitality you deserve to maintain. That combination of experience and renewed physical capability is extraordinary. Can transform not just your health, but your entire approach to the years ahead. So yes, this begins with one vegetable, but it represents something much larger. Your decision to thrive rather than merely survive, to grow stronger rather than simply grow older. Start tonight by adding half a cup of lightly roasted beetroot to your evening meal and give your body 4 consistent weeks to show you what restoration feels like.